Morning. We got some rain, so no combining today. So as you guys can tell, we got some rain. Of course, it rains the night that I came back from college, of course, but kind of give you guys an update on what's been going on this week and kind of catch you guys up on some things outside of what's been going on during harvest. So Wednesday, the guys had to change out the flighting and the grain cart. I think the day before Jared went up and grabbed all the new flighting, but Wednesday morning they changed it out. Yeah. This bearing was shot, and the flighting is also very worn out. Very worn out. It was a very questionable going into the season, so changed that out. They said that they got it done pretty quickly. Of course, the dew being on the beans in the morning, so they weren't able to combine, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah. Maybe should have done that before the season started. But it seems like they didn't have too many issues with it. Or at least they didn't tell me about it. But yeah, they used the low boy Jared used the low boy to go pick it up. Yeah, shop's a little messy. We got some wheat seed back there in the corner. And if you guys see what's right in front of me, this is something that I got a few weeks ago and I haven't showed you guys yet. It's a electric mini bike from Greenworks. It's a 60-volt electric mini bike, and I love it. I found it on Facebook Marketplace. I sent them a low ball, and I didn't think they were going to take it, and they did. So I went and got it whenever I was at State Tech, and I got this big old heavy thing in the back of my car, if you guys can believe it or not. I had to take the front wheel off, handlebars off, fender off, and I was barely able to get this thing squeezed in the back of my car. Yeah, that was something. If I would have known I was getting this, or I was going to find this, I would have definitely brought a truck, but yeah, it's pretty sweet. Batteries are under here, and yeah, I guess I can show you the batteries. Looks like Brandon's coming to steal the attention. But here's the big old battery. 8 amp hour battery, 60 volt. They make an 80 volt version of this that's pretty similar. But yeah, these things are heavy. This thing's... Okay, Brandon. Brandon's a little bit heftier than the battery, but not by much. Not by much. Honestly, they might be pretty even. He loves jumping on this. This part he likes jumping on. He never jumps on the seat. He always jumps on this. I don't know why. But yeah, 2 of them in there. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to sell my other power tools. Sell my other power tools and go to this. Because I like these a lot better. I don't know. Haven't made my mind up yet. Shop looks a little bit cleaner. Not this area. Aden and Dad picked up the flighting of the augers, and we took the low boy back over to Mom and Dad's house. Oh, there's trash outside that he blew out. He grabbed the little blower and blew it outside. So she looks a lot better in here than she did. Yeah. We also got these signs over here that we put on the road, which I think I mentioned that in one of the videos. So whenever we're going to the new farm, hopefully nobody's gonna run into us as we go across the road, because it's kind of a blind spot. Yeah. Anything else magical happened today? Not really. We're done spreading poop. We're all done with that. Langus has been hanging out with us. We got the poop pump pulled. Now we need to wash the poop spreaders and the poop pump, which is not something I'm looking forward to. I don't think anybody is. Yeah. Our hero. New power washer. Nice. Poor Canada. Yep. I got the pump washed up. We just moved Dad across the road with his bulldozer, so he can do some more bulldozing work. Yeah. This poop sprayer shouldn't be as bad as the other one. Mason keeps it pretty clean. Yeah. So here's the new Freightliner I teased in a few videos ago. She's pretty sharp. She's kind of a special ordered truck. She was a fleet truck, but then got the Cooper Special, which is a farm that sells trucks, and they do a lot of work to trucks. And they put the fancy rims on it, they put tires on it, they put these fenders on it. They got rid of that. It's the Cooper Special, so that sticker's not true anymore. It's a very nice truck. She's turned up a little bit more. It's got the X15 in her. She's got 10 speed, so she matches up with the other Freightliner we have. This one just looks sharper. A few less miles. Looks like we got some trash we need to throw away. Somebody got Wendy's at some point. I don't remember. No, I never got Wendy's. This is baloney. But yeah, she's a sharp truck. Very sharp. So far, so good with this truck, but we haven't had it for very long. She definitely looks pretty good. The other Freightliner has clutch problems at the moment, so this Freightliner's got thrown in the lineup, and Blackie's sitting in the shed over there. We got the C15, and then we got the other Cummins. Yeah, and then Blackie's in the shed. She's retired again. Hopefully she's retired for the season. But yeah, this is the replacement for Blackie. Yeah. She's pretty sharp unit, especially with the Wilson trailer. Now we just need a fleet of this setup. But I still want to keep that truck because it's got the C15 in it. Nope, that was the other truck. Yeah, Nathan, or my dad, hit a deer with the other International Cummins over there.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, and Lane was riding with. Did Dad say any words?
Oh no.
No, definitely not. But yeah, still pretty wet, and it's about 3 o'clock now.
Or 6 or 7.
Yeah. No, this is the Cummins. That's the cat.
This is the one
Yeah, this is the one you hit the deer with. No good. No good, yeah. That's the truck. I love that truck. Lots of ponies. So it's the next day, and I'm changing the oil in my car. I always have oil on hand and also the filter on hand, just so that whenever I need it, I can do it real quick. Yeah, not too hard. I put it up on blocks because, well, it makes it a lot easier to crawl underneath there. I gotta take a plate off, and then I can drain the oil and then put the plug back in and then add oil again. But yeah, I don't know, you might want to call this it's called an oil filter, but it might be called a cartridge. Not the same as others, but it's right on the top of the motor here. Not too bad to get to. So yeah, let's get after it. Also want to mention that I have a video on my phone that tells me what sockets I need to do all this. Yeah, so I think I made that, shoot, when I got the car, the first time I changed the oil in it, I made that video, and every time I go back and look and see what things I need, it kind of speeds up the process a little bit. So, 4 little screws, or not screws, bolts. Hold this little tiny plate, and then have the socket. I got access to my drain plug, which is right back here. Yeah, not too bad. But yeah, of course today it's cold. It's a lot colder than it was yesterday. It's like 40 degrees today. Yesterday it was in the 70s all day, so it's cold, at least compared to yesterday. Well, there she is. It's coming out. And yes, I didn't use the impact, I used a wrench. I can't even get the impact in there if I wanted to. Which is good, because you don't want somebody impacting that thing on there. Yeah. I got a little bit on my hands, but it's not hot, so. Which, whenever it's not hot, it also takes longer to drain, so. Pros and cons. I let it run a little bit before I changed it. But yeah, good thing I'm doing this today. Well, I kind of needed to. The car was about to tell me I needed to change it. I think I was at 6% until. So, me going back to State Tech and back here, I would have been pretty dang close. And since we got rain, it was a good time to do this. I'm gonna open this up, get the jugs out, and then put that cap back on, and then, well, I need to change the filter out. I'll change the filter out before I put that cap back on, and then we'll be good to go. Now this is different. I'm pretty sure the oil pumps into this filter. It's not like there's actual oil sitting in that filter right now, which is kind of weird. It's kind of strange, a little bit different, but yeah. Because you can change, I mean, honestly, you can change the filter with the oil in the motor, and you're not gonna have oil going everywhere. Yep. Let's get to it. So here's what that looks like. I don't know if you guys can see that. There is a tiny bit of oil that sits at the bottom of it. And whenever I pulled the cartridge out, a little bit came out. Here's the cap. I'm gonna have to wipe up that oil. Ugh, yuck. Gotta get this out. So I can't do this stuff one-handed. And I'm not recording on my normal camera I use. I'm using my phone, so I can't do things. Also, I use the ratchet for this as well, since that's all plastic. Don't want to break that. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Yeah. And then it kind of clicks in there, and then you're good to go. Ta-da! Back in there. Other than changing the oil, I haven't had to do too much to this car. Oh, I had to put back brakes on this. Front brakes were good, but the back ones were a little wore, so changed those. I need to put you guys down and get this to spec. To spec, okay, guys? Everything's gonna be to spec. So that's tightened to spec. New filters in there. I did have one time, sitting over winter, or during the winter, in my parents' garage. There was mice that built a nest on top of this. Or it could have been, I don't really remember. It was probably my first year having this car. But they built a little nest on top of this, and thankfully, they didn't get into the wiring. But this thing, I don't know if I can pop it off one-handed or not. Hopefully there's not any underneath there right now. There's one right there. Right there. There's a nest. Oh, wait. Never mind. I think it could have been farther up front, too, because there's some biting you can see there and that as well. Yeah, thankfully didn't get into any of the wiring. But yeah, I'll pop that thing back on. The oil is still slowly draining out. I don't even know if you guys can see it. I think it's getting to the point where I can just cap it and put more oil in it. Or put new oil in it. Nothing really special about this oil. I was using, what's the yellow jug? Can't remember at the moment. I was using that, but this was cheaper, so my last 2 oil changes have been this. Before that I used, is it Pinstar oil? I think that's it. I think that's right. Something like that. I don't really think there's anything special about the oil. They put tons of stuff on it saying that it's better, and there's oils that cost more, but I don't really think it's too much different. Of course, there's different like synthetic and stuff like that, but that all just depends on what you think. So this is the oil I'm gonna be using. I've used this for my past 2 oil changes. Before that, I was using, is it Pennzoil? I think that's what I was using before that. I think I've done 4 oil changes. 4, I think. I don't know. I think it's been 4. 3 or 4. But the only reason I went with this instead of the Pennzoil was because this was cheaper. Synthetic blend. Before this, actually, I used a high mileage oil, my last oil change. Now, whether or not it's that much different, I don't know. But that's what I'm going to be using. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below what I should be using. Really, I just look at the price and I look at what type of oil it is, and if it matches up, I just need 6 quarts of it, and that's what I use. Yeah, that's about it. I think that's about. I get this off Amazon. I order these boxes on Amazon with the filter, so I have it on stock, so whenever I need to change my oil, I can just do it and not worry about ordering it and waiting. I could pick it up if I really wanted to, but I like having it on hand. Well, there she is. Filters changed, oil's added. I checked the dipstick, it's at a good level. Now I just gotta put that back on. We're all good. We're all good. There's my oil, and there's the old cartridge or filter. I did spill a little bit of oil, but that was because I threw the filter into that, which I shouldn't have done. So I'm gonna have to use the cat litter to clean that up. But yep, should be ready to rock. Now, before I close the hood, I'm gonna start it up and let it run, and I'm gonna see if it's leaking around that or anything. But yeah, yep. Put that on and we'll go from there. There we go. Plate's back up on there. And before we start it up, double check our oil level. I don't even know if you guys can see it very well. Maybe if I put it out in the sun, it might look better for you guys. Can you guys see? Can you tell? It's a little over halfway up the deal. It's hard to do a lot of these things one-handed. I'm gonna keep the hood open. I'm gonna reset my oil, and then I'm gonna let it run a little bit. There she is. Looks good to me. looks good. That's not good. I made a mess. I'm gonna let it idle there while I pick up the boards and clean up my mess. So I'm here in the big shed, and we got the little red tractor and the seed tender. The seed tender has wheat in it at the moment. The neighbor came up with his 4840 and his Great Plains drill and planted some wheat for us. We've gotten rid of our little 15-foot drill we had for planting wheat. The reason we had a different drill than this one right here is because wheat likes to be planted pretty close together, like 7.5 inches apart to 10. This is a 15-inch drill. I'd like to try it, but just haven't got to doing that yet. If you have any experience plant 15-inch wheat and how well it's done, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, we use this drill for beans, and we also use that planter there for beans. That's a 20-inch spacing, where this is a 15, and then our corn planter over there is a 30. But I think this one here that our neighbor has, I think it's a 7.5, if not 10. No-till Great Plains, which our little 15-foot John Deere we had, it was a no-till drill as well. But this is a 24-foot drill, which is pretty nice. It takes a lot of time whenever you're only 15 foot wide, so that's kind of why we didn't do it, or we got rid of it. And also, we don't plant that much wheat. We really don't do wheat that often. The only time we do wheat is when we're trying to fix up a farm. So that's why we had our neighbor come over and plant for us. Yesterday I unhooked the poop pump. Now I'm going to put the poop spreader right over here. So I'm going to move this unit over kind of in front of this drill. Yeah. Dad used to have a 4840. This one's pretty sharp. Dad's was pretty sharp as well. Man, I wish he never got rid of that. He got rid of it in 2015. And man, if I saw that thing on Facebook Marketplace or Tractor House, I personally, honestly, I'd buy that tractor back because I love that thing. I grew up in that thing. He had a big chrome stack. The engine was definitely pushing a lot of horsepower for sure. It would get after it, that's for sure. At night, the chrome stack would be red. And yeah, you see it when he's shifting down or shifting up, it would get red. Oh, that thing was awesome. Man, I wish we still had that tractor. Pretty similar to this one, besides it had the different type of duals. It didn't actually have the duals, the outside duals that mounted on the shaft. They were mounted up against this tire. I don't know what it's called. And then it had the chrome stack. Yeah, pretty similar to this one. And this one's a power shift as well. So, yeah, I wasn't very old when Dad got rid of it. But we would honestly use it a lot more today than what we did at that time because really it was an odd tractor. This one's pretty snazzy. Not quite as loud as my dad's was, but definitely getting in there and starting it up. Oh, that brought back memories. Jeez. I think I only drove our 4840 like one time because I wasn't very old. Man, I wish we still had ours. But yeah, that was a little bit of a little joyride I had there, just to pull it from there to there. That was awesome. We still got our 4430 and 4820, but that's nothing like that 4840. Our 4840 actually, for about 2 years, it sat right here in the shed and didn't do much of anything. And then Dad was like, we don't have anything for it to do, so it needs to go. So that's what happened to it. But if we still had it today, it could be brush cutting. It could be running the poop pump, which the 4430 does now. At that time, we actually didn't spread our own manure, so we didn't need that. Could run the baler if we wanted to. lot of things it could have done. Honestly, it could be on my mower too. I think it's 1,000 PTO, so I could run it on my Vermeer mower here. Only thing we needed to do was take off the duals and probably turn down the horsepower a little bit. It's so cold I can't even talk anymore. My hands are cold, and then the Dr. Pepper's cold in my hands. It's no bueno. There's the Beauty. Aden washed it off yesterday. He didn't really get it crazily clean, but he washed off the poop spreader and got it really nice and sharp. But he did a little bit of washing on the big Canada here. The reason I'm all by myself today is because, well, he's got to see his girly friend. But he got most of the, big chunks of mud off. I mean, he didn't polish it up, but the poop spreader itself, it looks pretty sharp. He did a pretty good job on it. So I'm gonna go unhook this in that corner, and then the next job for this tractor is to put on anhydrous. So I'm not gonna hook that up today, but that's further down the line for this tractor. Actually, it's not really that far away.